Hello all, I am Vijayendra Reddy, Current Affairs faculty. In today's video lecture, we will see some international sports and regional current affairs that happened from December 11th to December 20th of 2017. First, we will see some international news. One very big meeting happened in Buenos Aires, which is the capital of Argentina, and that is the WTO Ministerial Conference. That is the 11th WTO Ministerial Conference, which is called as MC11. First, I will tell you what is this WTO, then I will tell you about this conference. WTO is World Trade Organization, which is headquartered in Geneva, which is in Switzerland. WTO was formed on January 1st, 1995 by replacing the erstwhile organization called GATT, General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. And WTO was formed as per the Marrakesh Agreement. This Marrakesh is a town in Morocco, and as per this Marrakesh Agreement, which organization was formed in the world? It is WTO, World Trade Organization, and its present boss, present Director General is Roberto Azevedo of Brazil. So, Roberto Azevedo of Brazil is the Director General of WTO, World Trade Organization, which is headquartered in Geneva, which regulates international trade, that was started on Jan 1st, 1995. And the WTO Ministerial Conference is the highest decision making body of World Trade Organization, and these WTO Ministerial Conferences are held every 2 years. That means they are biennial meetings, and such WTO Ministerial Conference, in fact it is the 11th WTO Ministerial Conference, was held in December 2017 in Argentina's capital Buenos Aires. And this meeting was chaired by Argentina minister, a woman minister, and her name is Susana Malcorra. So, Susana Malcorra, Argentina's woman minister, was the chairman or was the chairperson of this WTO Ministerial Conference held in their country, that is Argentina. Then another question is, who attended from India or who participated from India? India's Commerce Minister Suresh Prabhu represented our country at this 11th WTO Ministerial Conference. So, all these points are very, very important for your upcoming exams. So, our question can also be like this: how many members are there in WTO at present? There are 164 countries that are members of World Trade Organization, an international regulatory body headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Then every year in the month of December, Oxford dictionaries select one word as the word of the year. Similarly, in December 2017, a new word called youthquake, the word is youthquake, was selected, or it was named as the word of the year by the prestigious Oxford dictionaries. As per this Oxford dictionary, I will tell you what is the definition or what is the meaning of this new word called youthquake. It comes from two words, youth plus earthquake. We can guess its meaning, but I will tell you the exact definition given by the Oxford dictionaries. Youthquake is defined as a significant cultural, political or social change arising from the actions or influence of young people. So, that is the meaning of the word youthquake, which has been declared as the word of the year by the prestigious Oxford dictionaries for the year 2017. Absolutely important for your exam. Next, we will move to sports. There is, since it is year ending, there is one more award called BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year. I will repeat, it is called BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year, and this very prestigious award given by British Broadcasting Corporation to foreign players is given to tennis legend Roger Federer. for the year 2017. In fact, Roger Federer is a tennis player from Switzerland, and he has been declared as the BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year for the 4th time, which is a record. In fact, 2017, as I have already told in my previous video lectures, 2017 has been a golden year for this great tennis legend called Roger Federer of Switzerland, because he came back strongly after many years, after 4 years nearly, and won 2 Grand Slam singles titles in the year 2017. That is Australian Open, and he also won the 2017 Wimbledon. That's why he was declared as the BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year for the 4th time, which is a record. And previously only 2 sports legends were adjudged as the BBC Overseas Personality of the Year 3 times. Only 2 players have won this award 3 times. One is boxing legend Muhammad Ali of America, and the other is star athlete Usain Bolt of Jamaica. So, Muhammad Ali and Usain Bolt won this BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year 3 times each, whereas Roger Federer has won 4 times and created a new record in December 2017. From tennis, we will move to badminton. After many tournaments, finally in December 2017, one big tournament happened in Dubai, which is in United Arab Emirates, and that is called BWF Super Series Finals. It is a very prestigious tournament, and this BWF Super Series Finals tournament is held every year in December at the end of the season. And in 2017 it was played in Dubai, which is in United Arab Emirates. This is a very prestigious tournament, and only top 8 badminton players in the world are eligible to participate in this mega badminton tournament. India's PV Sindhu and Japan's Akane Yamaguchi reached the final of this prestigious tournament in women's singles. But it is again heartbreak for Sindhu, because PV Sindhu has lost in the final one more time in the year 2017. Akane Yamaguchi of Japan defeated India's PV Sindhu in the final of the BWF Super Series Finals women's singles and won the title. So, question will be, who won the women's singles title at the BWF Super Series Finals? It is a Japanese girl called Akane Yamaguchi, or whom did Akane Yamaguchi defeat in the final? Then the answer is PV Sindhu, because an Indian is runner up, so you can get runner up also in such type of questions. Whereas the men's singles title is won by a Danish player, a player from Denmark called Victor Axelsen. So, Victor Axelsen of Denmark won the men's singles title at the BWF Super Series Finals played in December 2017 in Dubai in UAE, United Arab Emirates. Then we will move to cricket. In cricket, something very interesting happened. Rohit Sharma scoring a triple ODI century, and BCCI declaring FTP, that is Future Tours Program. First, I will tell you what is about this FTP. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, that is BCCI, it is the governing body for cricket in our country. It has announced FTP, Future Tours Program, for the years from 2019 to 2023. So, for 4 years, starting from 2019 to 2023, BCCI announced Indian cricket's FTP, Future Tours Program. And as per this program, for the years 2019 to 2023, Indian cricket team will play 158 matches. It's a very huge number, but most of them are one-day internationals and T20 internationals in the next 4 years from 2019 to 2023. So, Indian cricket team will play 158 matches, and out of these 158 matches, 81 will be played at home. And I will tell you something Some more significant things in this FTP, Future Tours program. Out of these 158 matches, India is not going to play any single match against Pakistan. That means India is not going to play Pakistan till 2023. That means I am talking about bilateral. So, that is one significant thing. India will not play even a single match against Pakistan. That is one point. And the other is, recently we know that Afghanistan was given test status, and India will host Afghanistan for its first ever test match. This is also very, very important. So, which country will host Afghanistan for its first ever test match? It is none other than India, because India has got excellent relations with Afghanistan. So, India is going to host. The year and the month is not announced, but India is going to host from the period, in the period 2019 to 2023, Afghanistan for its first ever test match. Not only that, India will be hosting two major international cricket tournaments during this period. India will host the 2021 ICC Champions Trophy as well as the 2023 World Cup cricket. So, two major tournaments in world cricket will be played in our country. One is 2021 ICC Champions Trophy cricket, and the other is the mega tournament, the 2023 ICC World Cup. In fact, India has previously hosted ICC World Cup 3 times. That is in 1987, 1996 and 2011. And in fact, in 2011 India won the World Cup. So, 1987, 1996, 2011, and again India is going to host for the 4th time this ICC World Cup cricket in the year 2023. So, all these sports news, all these news related to cricket are very, very important. I told you that very important schedule for future years, which are very important for your exams. Then we will see this hard hitting batsman called Rohit Sharma. He is in the news one more time because Indian batsman Rohit Sharma scored a historic double century in one-day internationals, and it is his 3rd double century in one-day internationals. He achieved this feat while playing against Sri Lanka in the 2nd ODI match, one-day international match at Mohali on December 13th, 2017. In this match, Rohit Sharma scored an unbeaten 208. In fact, he was the stand-in skipper in the absence of Virat Kohli for this entire one-day international series. So, in the second match, Rohit Sharma, the stand-in captain, has blasted 208 not out, and it is his 3rd ODI double century, which is a record. In fact, nobody has ever done that. And I will tell you his 2 previous double hundreds also. In the year 2013, he scored 209 against Australia, and the next year, that is in 2014, he scored a classy 264 against Sri Lanka, and that 264 is all time individual highest score. The 264 is world record held by an Indian cricketer called Rohit Sharma. So, 3 double hundreds for Rohit Sharma in one-day international matches. Then finally, we will move to some regional events that happened from December 11th to 20th of 2017. As far as Telangana state is concerned, Telangana state has organized a mega conference called World Telugu Conference. So, this World Telugu Conference or Prapancha Telugu Mahasabhalu was conducted by the Telangana state government for 5 days from December 15th to 19th of this year, that is 2017. So, 5 days this Prapancha Telugu Mahasabhalu or World Telugu Conference was held at the historic LB Stadium in Hyderabad. It is organized by the Telangana government for the first time since its bifurcation from Andhra Pradesh in 2014. This World Telugu Conference was organized to celebrate Telugu language, literature and culture. More than 8,000 delegates from all the 29 states of India and 42 other countries participated in this Prapancha Telugu Mahasabhalu or World Telugu Conference. So 42 countries people or literatures have participated in this conference. Then who inaugurated this World Telugu Conference? It is the Vice President of India, M. Venkaiah Naidu. He inaugurated the World Telugu Conference in the presence of the Governor E.S.L. Narasimhan, Maharashtra State Governor C.H. Vidyasagar Rao and Telangana State Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. So they were the World Telugu Conference was inaugurated by the Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, and at the inauguration ceremony he said that, and in fact he has emphasized on the need for protection and preservation of our Telugu language and culture. It was inaugurated by the Vice President, whereas the valedictory function was attended by the President of India, Ram Nath Kovind. So very big event happened in Hyderabad, World Telugu Conference. So very, very important for your exam. Then continuing with this Telangana state, there is one company called ATIVO Economic Zones Private Limited, or you can simply call it as ATIVO, A-T-T-I-V-O. So this ATIVO Economic Zones Private Limited or ATIVO is a part of SREI Group, and this ATIVO Group and Telangana government have signed an agreement to set up an infrastructure equipment manufacturing park in Telangana state. I will tell you the company's name once again. ATIVO will set up infrastructure equipment manufacturing park in the state, and in fact it will be set up at NIMS, which is located in Zahirabad town of Telangana state. So this park will come up at NIMS. I will tell you what is the full form of NIMS. NIMZ, National Investment and Manufacturing Zone. So this park will be coming up at NIMZ, National Investment and Manufacturing Zone in Zahirabad town of Telangana state, and this park will be spread over 500 acres. Then there is one prestigious business weekly called Business World, and this Business World has given a very prestigious award to Telangana Minister K. Taraka Rama Rao, which is called as the Leader of the Year Award. So this is also very important for your exam. Who was given the Leader of the Year Award by prominent weekly called Business World? It is Telangana Minister KTR or K. Taraka Rama Rao. KTR or K. Taraka Rama Rao is Telangana State Information Technology, Industries, Municipal Administration and Urban Development Minister, and he was given the Leader of the Year Award by Business World magazine. The award was presented to KTR in New Delhi on December 20th, 2017 by the Central Minister, by the Union Minister of State for Urban Development, Hardeep Singh Puri. So Hardeep Singh Puri presenting the award to Telangana Minister K. Taraka Rama Rao. Not only KTR, but Telangana state also bagged one award at these Business World Awards, and that award is State with the Best Urban Infrastructure. So Telangana state has been adjudged as the state with the best urban infrastructure. Then finally we will move to Andhra Pradesh, and this is very important for your exam because the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu, has inaugurated Chandranna Village Malls. Very, very important for your exam. So AP CM Chandrababu Naidu has launched the Chandranna Village Malls as a pilot project in two places in December 2017. One is Guntur and the other is Vijayawada. As per this Chandranna Village Malls, all the existing ration shops or fair price shops will be converted into village malls, and there are about 28,000 fair price shops in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and all of them will be slowly converted into Chandranna village malls. At this inauguration, the AP Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu said that the objective of these Chandranna village malls is to provide branded products at affordable prices to the consumers who are living away from urban areas. So, this is the aim, this is the objective of these village malls, providing branded products at affordable cost or at affordable prices to the people or to the consumers who are living away from urban areas. And he also said that all kinds of essential goods are sold at these village malls at lower prices when compared to open market. Almost 500 different items are available on discount, and this discounts will vary from 4% to 35%. So, it is very good news for the consumers. A discount of 4 to 35% will be available on nearly 500 items, and most of them are essential items. So, this is about Chandranna village malls inaugurated by the AP Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu on December 12th, 2017 in both Guntur and Vijayawada towns. Thank you.